Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Carl Malden. Also starring Richard Hatch. With guest stars Lois Nettleton, Lyndon Childs, Jed Allen, Arthur Roberts. Special guest star Alan Feinstein. Tonight's episode, Interlude.
Sorry, Freddie. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. I just can't go through with it.
Don't you know that it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind?
It's just so cold and deliberate. Sneaking into a hotel. Renting a room under another name. I just feel so foolish. I'm sorry.
Hey, you don't have to apologize, all right?
You'd make a perfect lover.
Maybe, but a lousy husband.
Thanks, I already have one of those.
Well, I'll leave first. Give yourself a couple of minutes, okay?
I wasn't trying to hide.
I know that. Your name was on the register. That's why I waited in the lobby.
Hey, I'm sorry. If you just call my brother and talk to him.
I did talk to him. He's the one that called me, told me to find you and get you back to Chicago.
But I haven't had a chance to talk to my wife yet. My wife and I separated. You know, we had some trouble and she left me. Now, I know she's here. I just haven't been able to find her.
Open the door, Mr. Calloway.
All I want to do is find Amy. Talk to her and get this whole thing straightened out, that's all.
Why don't you just get your bag packed?
Look, about 2 weeks ago we had a fight, and she left me.
Hey, 2 weeks ago, you escaped from the Illinois State Hospital for the criminally insane. Your brother figured you'd come to San Francisco, so he called me, told me to find you and get you on the first plane back to Chicago.
I can't go back there. Not until I talk to Amy.
You're gonna go back with me or with the police?
Please, all I need is a couple of days.
Pack your bag, Mr. Calloway. I'll call your brother. Tell him we're on our way.
Is that I need corroborating evidence to prove that Brody was at the scene of the crime when the robbery and the murder took place. Can you understand that?
We can't. He was wearing a mask.
All right, Jerry. What if I can prove that he wasn't where he said he was during the crime?
Not good enough. I'm sorry. Brody is guilty as hell. I know he's guilty. You know he's guilty.
All right, then You tell his attorney that I'll prove that he lied about his whereabouts during the robbery. And if he asks me, I'll confirm it.
That still does not place him at the scene of the crime, does it?
I'm not talking about crime. I'm talking about guilt. If he's guilty, they'll try to make a deal with you. If not, that's what trials are for.
Well, we'll just have to give it a try. I'll see you guys in the morning.
No, Jerry. It's tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, remember?
Whatever.
Poor guy hasn't been to bed before 2 in the morning for the past 3 weeks.
Who has? Homicide Stone.
Yes. I think I've just seen somebody murdered. At the Mark Hopkins. Room 1248.
All right, would you give me your name and...
That was Judy. You just canceled my lunch date.
Well, it's not. You've got another one with me. Come on. Room 1248.
Roger Calloway, Chicago.
When did he check in?
2 days ago.
Single?
The registration card says married.
Yes?
Mr. Calloway, this is hotel security. I'm Joseph Ailes. These gentlemen with the San Francisco police.
The police?
Now, I'm sure it's all a mistake. But, well, we've had a report of trouble.
Trouble? I don't understand.
Do you mind if we look through your room?
No, it's all right. Come in. What kind of trouble?
No, it's probably just a crank call. It happens.
Have you been here for the past hour or two?
Yeah, except I went downstairs for a few minutes to get something for a headache.
Maybe the lady who called got the wrong room number.
Or the wrong hotel.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry we troubled you.
That's all right, anytime.
Thank you. You know, as much as I like you guys, I was hoping your luck was bad.
Oh, relax, Joe. If there was a body around, you'd want us to find it, wouldn't you?
No. I'd rather have you remove it. Hold the elevator, please. Thank you.
I got Brody cold on murder one. What are you trying
Look,
to...
if he pleads guilty to armed robbery, what do you ask?
Count to 20.
Oh, come on. Give my client a break, will you, Jerry?
Brody has been in the joint 3 times for armed robbery. It hasn't taught him a thing. I'm going to bury him this time.
Jerry?
Hey, attempted murder. 10 to 20, or we go to trial. Talk to your client.
I'll get back to you.
Hey, what are you doing in this neck of the woods?
Just passing through, stranger. Thought we might have lunch and talk. You know, like friends and old married folk.
Look, Carolyn, I got to have supporting arguments for a motion by 3 o'clock when the court reconvenes.
Jerry, I've got to talk to someone.
Look, why don't you call your sister? You know how she loves to talk. I'll see you later. Oh.
They had them printed here, didn't they? It says Winefield Stationers, doesn't it?
Well, we can check it in the book.
I'd like to be able to get them a new supply, and I'd appreciate it if you'd send it directly to their house.
Ah, here we are. Blake, 121 Coast Street.
121 Coast. That's them.
Maid?
Maid? Oh, excuse me, I'll come back later. Mister? Hey. Mister?
we got, Bernie?
Strangled. Whoever did it used some kind of strap. See the marks?
Could have been a luggage strap.
Belt, maybe.
Any ID?
Dilworth, Gordon Dilworth, lived here in San Francisco.
54 years old, private investigator.
Something's wrong here. This room was rented to a guy named Dawson, Fred Dawson.
What address?
Out in Mill Valley.
Not the same.
Dilworth didn't want to use his real name and address.
Who found the body?
The maid, she's out in the hall.
Will you get her for me, please?
Sure.
I want the time of death as soon as possible, Bernie. I'm going to compare it with that telephone call I got.
You'll have it when I have it. Charlie?
This is Mary Johnson. Now, don't be nervous.
I'm not.
Are you the maid on this floor?
One of them. There's three.
Did you ever see this man before?
No, sir, never. Just them.
Them?
Yeah, the couple that took the room. I was next door cleaning when they came.
Can you describe them for us?
Well, he was real good looking. Dark, well, like him, except older.
And the woman?
Blonde hair, blue eyes, late 30s. About so high, good figure. Both of them were kind of nervous. It took him a couple of tries to get the key in the lock.
Oh, thank you very much.
If there's a trial, will you call me to testify?
Do you mind?
Anything to get off my feet for a couple of days.
A man takes a room under an assumed name with a young lady. Now, what does that suggest to you?
An affair. The woman could have been Dilworth's wife. The man her lover. Dilworth probably followed them here. The two men fought. The lover killed Dilworth and ran. The woman called the police, but in her confusion, she gave you the wrong room number. How am I doing?
And what about Dawson?
I'll try the garage. If he drove a car and if he parked in the garage, they might have his license number.
You thought that out all by yourself, huh? All right, I'll tell you what. You try it, and I'll try the Dilworth office. Maybe there's a connection there. Hey.
Oh, I didn't want to bother you, Fred. Were you busy?
Not really. I'm glad you called.
I'm sorry.
Hey, will you stop apologizing? Anyway, I've decided to take the afternoon off.
I just had to talk to somebody.
We'll walk and we'll talk.
Sure. Sure, I'm not keeping you.
I'm sure. Come on. All right. What's on your mind?
Well, Fred, I think I saw a murder. Yeah.
Where?
At the hotel. It was after you left. I waited a few minutes and then I started to go. And the door across the hall was open. And I saw a man being strangled. Yeah. I mean, I think it looked like he was being strangled.
All right. What did you do?
I called the police. I didn't tell them my name. I was afraid they might find out about...
I know. Carolyn, let me ask you this. Did you see the killer?
No. I couldn't see him.
And more important, love, did he see you?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Then you got nothing to worry about.
No, but don't you understand? If I saw a murder, I'm an eyewitness.
Honey, now, wait a minute. You didn't see the killer. You didn't actually see the man die. Honey, you don't know anything. There's nothing for you to testify to.
But I am an eyewitness. I could tell them what room the murder took place in.
Honey, you've done that already. You called them, you reported, you told them everything you could tell them. The rest is up to them. Carolyn, if I thought it would help you, or even the police, I'd suggest that you go to them and tell them everything you know. Now, come on, you tell me. What do you want to do?
I think...
What?
I think I just want to forget about it. As soon as possible.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you what I want you to do. I want you to go out, and I want you to get your hair done. I want you to buy a new dress. I want you to do something good for yourself.
I can't.
Why?
I have to take Artie to the park. I promised him. Thanks, Freddie.
Anytime, love. Morning, noon, and night. You call me if you need me.
What kept you?
Well, the secretary was out to lunch, so I waited for her. Here, you drive. Dilworth wasn't married. So that takes care of your theory. The secretary didn't know what he was working on, so that knocks mine out of the box. I hope you got something.
Fred Dawson drove a black Porsche into the garage. DMV has it registered to the public relation firm of Dawes and Dichter.
Dawes. Short for Dawson?
Fred M. Dawes. Maybe. I call his office, but he's left for the day. I have his home address.
Well, come on, let's go. What are we waiting for?
Can I help you?
Excuse me, but haven't I seen you somewhere before?
All my life I've wanted somebody to try that line on me. When I was in high school, I used to sit around for hours on end just trying to think up answers to that question.
Well, here's your chance.
All right, give it to me again.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Rangoon, 1932, the rainy season. You were the Raja of Rajapur. I was the Eurasian princess from Singapore.
I'm from Chicago.
Oh. Well, sorry, I've never been there.
The Embarcadero, about 2 o'clock.
Yes, I was there about that time.
That's where it was. I remember thinking how attractive you were.
Oh, well, thanks.
I don't see that many familiar faces around here, so when I do, I usually remember.
How long you been here?
Just a few days. I'm from Chicago. I think I said that, didn't I?
Well, you'll feel right at home here. We've got wind and fog and rain.
Snow?
No, no snow.
Good, I hate snow.
Family with you?
No. My wife and I are no longer together.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's just water under the bridge, as they say. I've made an excellent adjustment to the situation. At least that's what I've been told.
You sound like you don't believe it.
It's just that I'm not sure. I was trying to help build a business. Make a career, be a success, and that takes time.
Mm.
You don't work 8 hours a day and just stop, and it's not just 5 days a week. If you never understood. I was doing it for us.
Did she ask you to?
I don't understand.
I mean, did she ask you to be such a big success? Did she ask you to work all those hours?
No, she didn't have to ask me.
Well, and maybe that wasn't what she wanted.
Then what did she want?
You. Well, on that bit of instant analysis, I have to go home and make supper. Bye. Artie, come on, hon.
Hey, I don't know your name.
Carolyn.
Roger.
Welcome to San Francisco, Roger.
Mr. Dawes? Dawes?
Can I go home now?
Before you go home, give us the bottom line, will you, Bernie?
The gun in his hand fired the bullet in his brain, which was the cause of death.
And it was suicide.
The physical evidence would seem to support that conclusion. His prints on the gun, powder marks on the index finger.
I don't buy it. Just doesn't feel right.
I also state in the report that there's a bruise of unexplained origin behind the right ear, which occurred before death.
Was there enough force there to make Dawes unconscious?
Maybe.
Is that a positive maybe or a qualified maybe?
An unsupported maybe. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night. Thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Cherchez la femme.
Find the woman.
Yeah. Whoever she is, Dilworth and Dawes fought over her in that hotel room. Dawes killed Dilworth, went home, brooded about it, and then he killed himself.
And what about the bruise behind the right ear?
Bumped his head getting into his Porsche. How am I doing?
I think you're beginning to lose your touch. As for myself, I've had it. I'm going home. Good night.
Good night.
Hey, good morning, Jack. Still morning in Chicago?
Roger.
I just thought I'd call you and let you know that I'm okay. I don't want you to worry about me.
Where are you, Roger?
I'm in New York.
Hey, that's quite a coincidence. I'll be flying into New York later this afternoon. Just tell me where you're staying and I'll...
That's a lie! You're not flying anywhere.
Roger, since when did we start lying to each other?
Jack, I've got to get this thing settled. I want you to leave me alone. And don't send anybody else looking for me, you understand?
Roger, did you run into Dilworth? He's the only guy I talked to. I figured you might head for San Francisco. Is that where you are?
Jack, I've got to talk to Amy. Now, we can settle it if I can just sit down and talk to her.
Roger, Amy's dead.
No. Amy's here. She's here.
Roger, please.
Sure you don't have time to eat?
No, gotta get down to the office.
You have something in your stomach.
Yeah. I'll get a sweet roll at the cafeteria.
You gonna be home for supper?
Nope. And neither are you. That's because I'm taking you out to a very special restaurant. The one you like to go to. The one we always go to on our anniversary.
You remembered.
When have I ever forgotten?
What time should I be ready?
Could you meet me there? Sorry.
What time?
7:30.
All right, but please, don't be late. You know how I hate to sit by myself.
Have my word. 7:30. The milk. Drink your milk.
Fred Dawes was a rare kind of man. I met him in college. We were friends ever since. Partners here for the last 10 years. I just can't believe Freddie would commit suicide, Lieutenant. He loved life too much. I know it sounds trite, but it's true.
What about women?
Well, he was no Don Juan or Casanova, if that's what you're suggesting. He just liked women. Fat or thin, ugly or beautiful. He thought they were more interesting than men.
What about married women?
Oh, why not?
We're looking for one in particular. She's in her, late 30s, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Lieutenant, there are 3 kinds of men. Those who kiss and tell, those who kiss and don't tell, and those who don't kiss but tell anyway. Fred was the second kind. Very discreet, never said anything about what he did or with whom.
What about Dilworth? Does that mean anything to you? Gordon Dilworth?
No, nothing. Sorry.
So am I. Thanks for your time, Lieutenant. Goodbye.
Hey, it's me.
Hi, Roger. Hi, are you following me?
Just shopping. Need a ride?
No, thanks. My car is just down the street.
Get in, I'll give you a lift.
Oh, okay. Thanks. It's about 2 or 3 blocks down.
I was thinking about what you said yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roger. I shouldn't have said anything. It's none of my business. I don't know you or your wife.
That's what I was thinking. You weren't talking about me, you were talking about yourself.
That's none of your business.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you.
Why do you always do that?
Do what?
Say I'm sorry.
Maybe I have a compulsive need to apologize.
For what?
My sins, my shortcomings, my inadequacies.
It's not your fault. Maybe if you felt needed, you wouldn't,
Oh, I feel needed. I don't feel wanted. There's a difference.
No, it's not you. It couldn't be you.
When a man spends too much time with his job, it could be because he's trying to get away from his marriage.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to get away from the marriage. I'm trying to build...
It's not a fault, and I'm not blaming anyone. But there are times when the marriage is more important than the job. Like today. It's our anniversary, and we're supposed to have dinner at Marioni's restaurant at 7:30. Well, if he's not there, Oh, that's my car.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to explain something.
Oh, you don't owe me any explanation, Roger. Thanks for the ride.
Amy, wait, I have to talk to you.
Mike! Excuse me. Too bad you guys don't have a phone in your car. I could have saved you a trip.
Postponed again?
Nope. Brody's lawyer wants to see me in the judge's chambers at 6:30. I think Brody wants to take the deal, but he wants to do a little more bargaining.
Good, then we can spend the afternoon working on Dawes.
Who?
A guy named Fred Dawes. Possible suicide, could be murder.
Say that again?
Possible suicide, could be murder.
The name?
Fred Dawes.
Not Dawes and Dichter.
That's right. Do you know him?
Yeah, I had lunch with him 3 weeks ago.
Jerry, look, this whole thing was your idea. You picked the time, you picked the place.
Carolyn, I know that, and I'm sorry about it. I just didn't realize this was going to go on.
Why didn't you let me know before I got here?
Well, I thought I was going to be able to get away early. Now it looks like it's going to go on for another hour or two.
All right. All right. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Now I'm convinced. You are following me.
You're right. This time. Your glasses.
Oh, that's what became of them. Oh, no. I remember. I was wearing them when I got out of your car.
You were wearing your reading glasses.
Oh, yeah. Well, now that you know I wear reading glasses, you know all my secrets. What time is it?
It's almost 8 o'clock.
Why don't you join me? My husband is working late at the office. You know how to open champagne?
Yes, you just take off the top. What's this?
It's for you. For making me aware of all my faults.
First, we'll open the champagne. Then I'll open my present. Then,
You can take me home. How'd you know which house was mine?
you told me.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
It's been such a nice evening, I hate to go in.
Then don't.
What's the matter? You look so serious.
Just thinking about us.
There isn't any us, Roger. Did you like the cufflinks?
Oh, yeah. They're very nice.
Happy anniversary.
You know, if two people really try, they can work things out.
That's what I keep telling myself.
But they have to understand where things went wrong, where the mistakes were made.
How did you know my address?
I looked it up.
Why?
Oh, Amy, I missed you.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let that happen.
Please.
Don't. I may forget it at times, but I am still married.
Married? He doesn't care about you.
But I am still married. For better or for worse. Bye, Roger.
Till death do us part.
Have a nice evening, Mr. White.
Mike, come in.
Jerry?
Hi, Dan.
Hey, we just found out what happened.
Hey, Jerry, how are you?
Fractured, bruised, and helpless.
The investigating officer said you wanted to talk to me.
Well, I haven't told my wife about this because I don't want to worry her. But what happened tonight wasn't just a simple hit and run. The person driving that car was trying to kill me.
You have any idea who it was?
I prosecute 200, maybe 250 cases a year. It could have been any one of those people.
Well, do you remember anything about the car?
Well, just what I told the officer. It was a dark brown sedan, late model, and I got 2 letters off the license plate, EM. Carolyn. Hi, this is Mike Stone.
Hello.
Nice
Dan
to meet you.
Robbins.
Nice to
My
meet you.
wife. How are you?
Hello. I thought you were going to get dressed.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. You see, everything I own here is made to be put on with 2 hands.
Oh, I'll help you.
All right, we just wanted to find out how you were.
Well, they're sending me home, so I guess I'm okay.
Yeah.
Listen, Mike, have you heard any more about Fred Dawes? Carolyn, I forgot to tell you. Freddie is dead.
Freddie? How?
Well, we don't know. It could be suicide.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, not Freddie. No, not suicide. No, no.
Sorry, Carolyn.
Mike?
Late 30s. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Trim young figure.
Was her voice on the phone?
Sometimes an investigation is going to take you places you don't want to go.
Well, hello again.
Hello.
Jerry's asleep right now, but if it's anything...
We're not here to see your husband. Well, we want to talk to you.
Oh? About Jerry's accident?
No, about Fred M. Dawes.
Would you like to come in?
Yes.
Sit down.
No. No, thank you. Can you tell us where you were Wednesday? About noon?
I don't understand. What difference could it make where I was?
Well, about that time, Mr. Dawes and a lady fitting your general description, were in the Mark Hopkins Hotel, room 1245. A short time later, I received an anonymous phone call that there was a murder in room 1248. It was a woman's voice. And then later, we found Mr. Dilworth dead in room 1245. Were you the woman with Mr. Dawes? Did you place that phone call?
Well, Carolyn, answer him. Are you that woman?
Yes. To both questions.
Well, we can continue this down at the station if you prefer.
No. Go right ahead.
Will you tell us exactly what you saw?
The door was open, and I thought I saw a man being strangled.
What was he being strangled with?
I'm not sure.
What was the room number?
I told you. 1248.
And not 1245?
No. Fred and I were in room 1245. That's the room I was coming out of. The murder was taking place directly across the hall. 1248.
Did you see the killer?
No. He was behind the door.
That means you couldn't identify him.
No.
Dan, what was the name of that fellow in room 1248? Roger what?
Calloway.
That's from Chicago.
Chicago. What does he look like?
Tall, 180, dark hair.
Oh, my God.
Have you seen him?
Yes. First at the park. And then last night at the restaurant. When you didn't show up, he was there. He was following me.
He was probably trying to eliminate witnesses.
No. No, we were alone last night. He brought me home.
What happened?
He kissed me. And he called me Amy. Hello? Roger?
Carolyn, are you alone?
Yes. Why?
I have to talk to you. Can you meet me?
Where?
At the bench in the park. In half an hour.
Which park?
The southwest corner of Jefferson Park. There's a bench by the lake.
We'll find it. You stay here.
If you're waiting for me to apologize, you're gonna grow old standing right there. Roger.
You lied to me.
I was just...
You lied? You called the police.
No. My husband was in an accident.
I know. You called them and told them I did it.
Why would I tell them that?
Carolyn, what's going on?
Who's he?
He's my husband.
That's a lie! He's dead. I killed him.
Inspectors 8-1.
Inspectors 8-1.
337 has a brown sedan, possibly matching your hit and run. Corner Ellis and Bates.
Ellis and Bates, that's right around the corner from Blake. 10-4.
He's another one of your lovers, like the guy in the hotel.
No, Roger.
Don't worry, Amy. I'm not going to hurt you. Not this time. It's him. Him!
Don't!
Get out of the way, Amy!
My name's not Amy. I'm Carolyn. Remember? I thought we were friends. Who is Amy? Roger? What happened to her?
I hit her. She died.
You killed her?
It was an accident! Police! Drop it! Do like the man says! No! No!
Are you all right? Listen, Lieutenant Stone. I want a unit at 121 Coast Road. Pick up a prisoner. Let's see now. Preliminary hearings. Preliminary hearing. Here it is, Division 2.
I'm sorry I didn't contact you earlier, but I didn't know what was happening until I got here. I tried to reach Dilworth.
Found out he was murdered?
It was the phone call that threw me. Roger called me, told me not to worry. I thought he might be in control. Then he said he'd seen Amy. Amy was his wife.
Yeah, we got a call from the Illinois police, and they said that she was dead, that he killed her.
He caught her in bed with another man. What would you have done? I'm sorry, Lieutenant. You see, I kind of understand what he did. You know, he first met Amy here. That's why I thought he might come back. I knew he was a little twisted, but I had no idea he'd gone completely schizo.
That's why they're putting him where he won't hurt anyone else.
Well, if there's anything you want me to sign, I'll be here for the next few days.
Okay, thank you. Division 2 is down the hall and to the left, sir. Well, Jerry.
Hello, Mike.
Did you get the report from the lab?
What report?
Well, they found those set of prints on the cash register belonged to Brody.
That's great. The guy who prosecutes Brody's gonna love that.
I thought you were going to prosecute him.
Not anymore. We're going to Acapulco, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and Point South.
Vacation?
No. Second honeymoon. See you guys later.